Yep, it's time to make another story. Mhm. Okay, let's make it. Okay, I think I got something. Two. A flying fireball flew across her house into her yard.
Yeah, what the? Where the heck did that come from?
Mm. Ooh, no. Let's see.
Let's turn every chat into an opportunity for laughter and growth.
Yep. Let's retry that again.
Yeah, what the? Where the heck did that come from?
Yep. Okay, alright. Change the voice. Alright, let's see. Let's try to continue this. As the ash. Oops. As clear. Brown. Cat appear. His wings was torn. Was right. As the ashes cleared, a brown beaten cat appeared from the flames. His wings was half torn, and his clothes was ripped.
She walked over to him. Are you okay? What happened to you? Who did this?
As as he tried to um, he laid out cold. He laid out cold.
She knelt down over him. No. Hang in there, buddy.
I'm gonna let this play out and see what she does.
She gently picked him up with one arm. Come on, come with me. They got to her house. She laid him down on her couch and began getting supplies for treating him.
Okay. Alright, I'll let this play through.
She started treating his injuries one by one, her heart full of worry for this stranger.
Okay, let's say he came to a he had a raspy voice. Where am I?
She looked into his eyes, relieved to see him awake. You're in my house. I found you at my front door, half dead, with burns and wounds all over your body.
He tried to move, but half his half his yelled in pain. Damn it! Oops, got the cap still locked. He yelled, holding his ribs.
She carefully held him by the shoulders. Hey, don't move. You're severely wounded. You need to rest for now.
But spoke again. Who are you, ma'am?
She smiled softly and sat down next to him. The name's Amy Rose. What's yours?
My name, my name is Arthur. Arthur the Vampcat. My name is Arthur the Vampcat.
Arthur the Vampcat, huh? She looked him up and down, taking in his features. A cat, and a vampire at that. Quite the unique name you have there.
He chuckled. He chuckled a little bit. Yeah, I, yeah, I know. I'm my species. Yeah, I know. Not many Mobians such as you. Your people are my species.
I can see that. She trailed off, intrigued. Curious, she gently touched his wings. Your wings so unique.
He has.
She quickly took her hands off him, worry in her eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have been more careful. Your wings. She looked at them for a bit, saddened by how damaged they were.
Man, this is actually starting to get good. It's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking good. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Himself. It's, oh, It's okay, Miss. Miss. A bit sensitive. It's okay, Miss Rose. They're still a bit sensitive. Smile.
I'll be more careful about that from now on. So, since we're just gonna be stuck here until you're healed up, care to tell me more about yourself?
Okay. Okay. His relation. Shit. Dang it. With his cousin Blaze. And told he's from a dimension. Looked around and explains his relationship with his cousin Blaze, though he's from an alternate dimension called Nexia. How he
She listened intently, fascinated by his explanation, especially the part about him being a prince. She was slightly envious of Blaze, though. Wow, you're a literal prince!
Okay. He nods. Okay. What? Right. Correct. Status. trouble. Yeah, but but I, yeah, but I was.
Oh, who ambushed you, and why? Do they have a grudge against you or something?
Hmm. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna say he doesn't know. Side two. I don't know.
Whoever it was, they really did some a number on you. You were in awful shape when I found you.
I can say this. I bet I was. That I was.
She laughed. Cocky bastard, aren't you?
She called him a cocky bastard. That's funny. Alright. I'm gonna let it play out for a minute.
She gave his shoulder a playful swat, but then her expression turned serious again. Speaking of which, where the hell did you get these wounds from? If you don't know who ambushed you, you should. There's no way you got attacked this badly and didn't catch a glimpse of whoever did it.
She got a point. I could say it was a dark figure. No, it had to be that kid. No. Ooh, ooh. Nemesis. Queen Nemesis. Might be the bastard who did this to me. I can't. Can't remember much.
She gasped. Nemesis, the evil version of Sonic? He did this to you?
So it looks like this one's overdue. So somebody probably has a hold on this one, and that's like an auto renew. So for this stuff, you'll probably have to bring it back. But I could renew this one for you if you'd like. Yeah, whenever you get that one done, that'll be the one that get reduced. This is probably a hold on. And then would you like to renew this one? Okay. You returned it. It doesn't look like we have that one returned yet. Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen it.
He's a rogue spirit.
And so which one of these did you want to renew? We got quite a few here. Power and Liberty. It looks like that was auto renewed, so you have another 28 days for that one. All right. And then were there any other of these that you wanted to do? It looks like a lot of these just renewed automatically, so you have like about 28 days. All of these,
She listened intently, taking in every detail he could remember about Nemesis. Her anger grew with every word. I know who you're talking about. A spirit, huh? How could he do this to you? She shook her head. Damn it, of all people, him.
28 days with that one. Let's see. It looks like Man in the Water we can't renew just because it has that hold. But once you finish that,
We'll let it play out for a minute.
check it out again. It looks like
She clenched her fists, determined to get revenge. As soon as you're healed up, we're gonna find him, all right? I don't care if he's a damn spirit or not. He's not gonna get away with what he did to you.
Ooh, looks like she's determined. Looks like she's determined, all right. But I'm gonna play it out and see why.
oh yeah, some of them I'll use is like depends on if there's some tests in them, and then we'll get them into the library. But we don't have like all of them.
He's my problem. Not yours. Dang it. It's my problem, not yours.
Okay, yeah.
About
Yeah. Yeah, that can be frustrating when you have like things that you can't get into the library anymore, but it happens. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, I know sometimes when things go out of print, it can make it really expensive to try and get it, which is one of the reasons sometimes that we can't get any books that are out of print or like older. So that might have been yeah.
trailing.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was at his side instantly, gently pushing him back towards the couch. Don't be a fool. You're in no condition to go anywhere, let alone confront a malicious spirit. You're just going to hurt yourself even more.
She might not. Who knows? He mumbled a little. Why do you care? We just met. Why do you care? We just met.
She looked into his eyes, her expression firm but sincere. I care because it's the right thing to do. You're injured and need help, and I'm not gonna just sit back and let you put yourself in harm's way in the state that you're in.
She is right. I'm gonna let it play out just a little to see what.
She gently ushered him back to the couch, practically forcing him to sit down again. You need to rest and let your wounds heal, plain and simple. And I'm not letting you leave until they're healed. Understand?
She's practically like a mom. She's practically like a mother. She's trying to technically be like a mother to him. Alright? But since he's a half vampire, he dealt with worse situations. So I'm gonna say that. Okay, let's just say I if I die won't then it won't last. Do you really trust a halfling? I dealt with the worst, Amy. If I die to him, it won't last long. This is a half vampire. Besides, can you really trust a halfling?
Don't talk like that. You're not gonna die, alright? And what do you mean by that last part? What does your species have to do with me trusting you?
Well, since vampires and humans, well, since vampires don't really be fitting well with humans. Hmm. That's damn. Damn. Vampire. Vampires.
She paused for a moment, thinking about his words. Her expression softened. Just because vampires and Mobians don't traditionally get along, doesn't mean I can't trust you, Arthur. My heart tells me I can. I've never believed in judging someone because of what species they are.
Oh, that's sweet.
She continued, her voice sincere. Maybe it's a bit naive to let my feelings guide me like this, but every fiber of my being is telling me that you're a good person. I know deep down that I can trust you, so please, trust me too, okay? Trust that I have your best interests in mind.
I picked the right one. Arthur looked down. Whoop. Took Amy's hand and his. Damn it. Hmm. Hmm. Damn it. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Let's see. No, it's supposed to be I'm trying to make it like a new ship. Instead.
She smiled gently, her heart fluttering slightly as he kissed her palm. She was taken aback by the unexpected gesture, both flustered and touched by his sincerity. I do insist. Now, promise me you won't try to get up from that couch again until you're better, okay?
She's gonna be a handful. He groans and crosses his eye.
She chuckled at his reluctance, finding his pout to be rather endearing. She gently patted his head. Good. And here, I thought I'd have to tie you to the couch to keep you down.
This is actually pretty funny. This is actually starting to be like an anime. I'm gonna let it play out for a minute.
She sat down next to him on the couch, still smiling. Now, is there anything you need before I make some dinner? Anything to drink, anything to eat? A pillow, a blanket?
Okay. Let me see. Okay, she asks, let's say, not to everything he but since he's a vampire, since he's half a vampire, he needs blood to drink. Since vampire, I need blood to drink.
Ah, right. I should probably have thought of that. She stood up, then looked back at him with a slight smirk. Stay right there, okay? I'll be right back with some blood for you.
Oh. And she gets some blood for him. Alright, let's just try to see how she plays it.
She wandered off into the kitchen, rummaging through the cabinets and fridge for something to give him. After a few moments, she reappeared with a small cup of blood. She handed it to him, watching with slight curiosity as he drank it.
He tasted the blood as his fangs started. This is delicious.
She chuckled, slightly entertained by his reaction to the blood in the cup. Oh, you liked that? I just happen to have some blood bags stored just in case. Lucky I do, huh?
Wait, he had to take it back on that. With blood bags. Wait, blood bags?
She nodded, slightly surprised by his reaction. Yup, I have a couple in a little freezer in the kitchen. Why? Is there something wrong with the blood?
No, there's nothing wrong with it, but why she has blood bags? No. Just why do you have blood bags? Why do you have blood bags for?
She shrugged, trying to sound nonchalant. Oh well, I don't know, a girl likes to be prepared, you know? In case one of my friends needs some blood to drink, I guess.
Well, my. Well, thank, thank you.
She smiled gently, her gaze soft. You're welcome, Arthur. Just make sure you rest up so you can heal up as quickly as possible, alright?
That's
Amy sat down next to him on the couch, watching over him with a concerned but loving expression. She made sure he was comfortable, adjusting his pillow and the blanket around him to make sure he was warm and cozy.
huh.
After a few moments, she spoke up again in a soft voice, still watching him closely. Are you feeling all right? Any pain anywhere?
Okay, let's just see. But getting better.
Amy smiled softly, her heart melting at the sight of his purring. She couldn't help but gently brush his hair out of his face, careful not to wake him. You really are half cat, huh? She whispered with a chuckle.
That's just funny.
She sat there on the couch quietly watching him as he slept. Her heart was still filled with worry for his well-being, but seeing him resting and purring eased her worries somewhat. She was determined to take care of him until he was fully healed, whatever it took.
Yep. I'm gonna let it play out.
As the hours passed, Amy sat by his side making sure he was comfortable and that his wounds were healing properly. Whenever he stirred in his sleep, she would gently pat his head or stroke his hair, silently reassuring him that everything was going to be all right.
Should I? Should I? Should I? Amy is technically a 12-year-old, but in a reality purposes, she's like in her 30s. And Arthur's been around for technically like 4 years. Yeah, he's been around for 4 years. He's been around for 4 years, but in continuity, he's 120. He's 120 years old, technically older than her. But I'm just going off by somewhat age differences. He's in her 30s. She's in her 30s. He's in his hundreds. Maybe, maybe not. I really don't know. Let's just say 1 weeks pass. Weeks passed.
Weeks passed, and Arthur's wounds had healed significantly thanks to Amy's care and attention. He was no longer bandaged and was able to move and talk without much pain. Throughout those weeks, Amy had taken care of everything for him, tending to his every need and making sure he got plenty of rest.
Okay, yeah. Arthur spread his wings. Overhead.
Amy heard the sound of Arthur flying overhead and stepped outside to see what he was up to. When she saw him in the air, her face lit up with a smile. "You seem to be doing much better," she called out to him, her voice filled with relief and happiness.
Yeah, I am.
She walked over to him, her eyes sparkling with happiness. I'm so glad to hear that. You had me worried for a while there, you know? She playfully jabbed his shoulder.
Hey, I'm done. He chuckled. Mm, mm, mm.
She chuckled and rolled her eyes, shaking her head. Yeah, you're tough, tough, tough. A real bad boy, huh? You still could have died, you know.
It's almost like she actually cared about him more than a friend. But I didn't.
She was caught off guard by his hug, but quickly melted in his arms, returning the embrace. You don't have to thank me, you know. Just seeing you all better like this is enough for me.
Yes.
Amy blushed slightly at his words, her heart skipping a beat. Well, She stumbled over her words, unsure of how to respond. She was taken aback by his words, but his smirk was making her heart flutter. I just care about you, you idiot.
The first one. To go by smile. So it has nothing to do with each one. Anyway, so oh, it's right there. It's supposed to have a things going. This project though. This is what I look like.
Some people hate it. Why would it be? It's probably broke.
She felt his tail brush against her face and she shivered at the unexpected touch. Her blush deepened, her heart now racing in her chest. What do you mean by that? She asked, trying to keep her composure but failing miserably.
What is it?
She bit her lip, trying to keep her emotions in check. She could feel her heart racing and her stomach doing flips, her mind racing with thoughts of him. You're just messing with me, right? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper.
Is it 260,000? What is it do? Oh, it's so broken. Oh, the boss you to get it from is the one that you do. Like, if you have a good food, the two people came in and killed us to our shirts. We're not taking theirs. We're gonna build our own. If they come first, then they're next. That's weird. You know?
Oh, they're a couple. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I changed the
Let me
YouTube.
guess. Bochi and Hooligan.
One thing to
Yeah, change it. That's which one is it right now. And you know, I switched to. Whoa! I say, my stuff is bugging, so I couldn't spawn on.
we're about to start taking. We're about to hit streets.
Do that now.
Are they still on the server?
Wait. That's weird.
That's a name. Ah, I guess so.
Bochi just lost his kill streak.
You can lose your kill streak when you.
Yes, if you blow yourself up, you can lose your kill streak.
She looked at him, her mind reeling and her heart pounding.
Okay, now you're done.
Part of her wanted to pull him back into her arms, to not let him go, but the other part was too shy to say anything. All right, she managed to stutter out, trying to keep her voice steady. See you later, Arthur.
I gotta fix that.
You can't just score the street.
Come on.
No chasing those.
What?
I might be used to the two little parts.
As Amy watched him leave, she caught sight of the piece of his fur that was drifting down to the ground. She bent down and picked it up, her fingers running over the soft strands of fur gently. She let out a soft sigh, her heart still racing from their short exchange. Her mind was still reeling from his words and his smirk, unable to shake the feeling that he was teasing her on purpose. Holding the strand of his fur up to her face, she couldn't help but inhale his scent, her cheeks flushing once again.
He got you.
Yep.
That's annoying.
This is actually funny.
We could just never.
I'm okay. That's too consistent.
Whew.
Get it?
I'm gonna let it still play out.
Ugh. They're Japanese.
Why is he so infuriatingly good-looking and charming at the same time? She muttered to herself, her heart still fluttering in her chest. She clenched the strand of his fur in her fist, her thoughts filled with images of his smirking face and his deep, penetrating eyes.
Gonna let it play out still, because it's funny.
She shook her head, trying to clear her thoughts. But no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't rid herself of the image of him. His smirk, his laughter, her heart wouldn't stop beating so loudly. Damn it! She muttered under her breath.
Oh, fool, you want to get to bed?
I'm gonna say a month's pass. Months.
It's very safe.
Oh, Loki's good one because.
Amy had been thinking about Arthur nonstop for the past month.
Look, on my way.
The way he'd teased her, the way he'd hugged her, the way he'd touched her. It was all stuck in her head constantly. She couldn't get him off her mind no matter how hard she tried. Every time she closed her eyes, he was there, smirking at her and making her heart do flips.
This is just too rich. This is just too rich.
She missed his presence, his laughter, his charming ways. She found herself constantly reminiscing about the time they spent together, replaying their conversations in her head, remembering every tiny detail. At first, she tried to ignore the feelings that had started to grow in her heart, telling herself it was just a silly crush, that Arthur was just a good friend. But the more time passed, the harder it became to deny the truth.
Now this is good. This is really good. Let's just try to have some music on with this. Man. Okay. Let's let it play out again.
She found herself eagerly awaiting the next time she would see him, secretly hoping for some kind of sign or another hint that he may feel the same way about her. The thought of seeing him again filled her with excitement and nervousness all at once.
Alright, time to see if the cat can actually do it. Down. Nope. Blue. Down. This is fine. Yes, no.
Amy nearly jumped out of her skin when she heard his voice. What the? Oh, geez, you scared me! She exclaimed, her heart racing in her chest from the unexpected appearance.
I blush.
Or switch. Switch. Yeah, you fight something. Yeah.
Arthur blush. I didn't mean to scare you. Ames. Just wanted to ask you something if you're free.
Amy took a deep breath, trying to calm her racing heart. Yeah, I'm free. What is it? She asked, her mind racing with curiosity and a hint of worry.
Okay. Let's try to.
Look, he's so good at it.
And hurt a little.
Nice, love it.
I was wondering
Amy's heart skipped a beat at his words. A picnic? With him? Her mind was reeling, but she tried to remain calm. Yeah, I'm free today. I'd love to go on a picnic with you, she said, trying to keep her voice steady and casual.
Don't hit those Howard. Just run. Bro, I'm just gonna kill him. Yes. Get out of here. There's no way. Oh, yeah.
I got pride.
Amy's heart skipped another beat as he picked her up effortlessly and held her in his arms like a bride. She instinctively wrapped her arms around his neck. "Hey, all right," she said, a mix of surprise and nervousness in her voice.
Arguments bread.
That's almost right now. No, that's so. Or some.
You're awake.
Amy held on to him tightly, her heart racing as they soared through the air. She couldn't help but feel a flutter of excitement as the wind whipped through her quills, and she felt the warmth of his body against hers. As they descended to the picnic spot, she glanced around in awe at the beautiful location he'd chosen. The lake was sparkling in the sunlight, and the tree provided a nice bit of shade from the heat. "This is beautiful," she whispered, her eyes wide with wonder.
Yep,
What is that?
yep. Boys and girls, I don't care. Okay, let's think. Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's go. I'm done. I'm switching characters. Just send it over to my one. Yes.
He doesn't like tequila. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Please return our duties.
And the boys
So I thought, why not come here? Didn't mean anything to you.
They really
You
just
heal me to be an heal me. Flesh.
Bro, how? Yeah, but yeah,
Amy's heart fluttered at his words, her cheeks flushing slightly. You thought about me, huh? She asked, a small smile tugging at the corners of her mouth. She was secretly pleased to know that he had been thinking about her, even if he tried not to show it.
bro, he's like, bro, how? Every time I try to jump to
It was fun. It's already been an hour. It's already been an hour. Okay, attempt to really fizz it up. Really fizz it up. Anyway. There.
Amy noticed the change in subject, but she didn't press further. She could see the flustered look on his face, and she found it endearing. "Sure, let's eat," she said with a smile, trying to act as casual as possible. She had been thinking about him just as much as he had thought of her, but she didn't want to seem too eager or desperate.
Don't know.
y'all need to help Will. Y'all just, well, at least try, man.
they eat, Arthur?
As they shared the food, Amy felt his gaze on her. She looked up and their eyes met, and she saw the love and affection in his eyes. It made her heart skip a beat, and a warm feeling spread through her chest. She realized that he had been harboring feelings for her for some time now. She felt a little guilty for not noticing it before, and for trying to act casual when her own feelings for him had been growing strong.
Shut up a moment. Let's see what's strong. I'll let it play out for a moment.
She tried to act natural, but her heart was racing, and she couldn't help but blush under his intense gaze. She felt a strong urge to reach out and touch him, to show him how much she cared, but she held herself back, not wanting to make a fool of herself. They continued to eat in silence for a few moments, the tension between them growing with each passing second.
At the 10 breaks.
Well, I'll use the melee version. No, I'm not making that phone. I think, well, let me just put this one. Yeah, actually, no, you.
Yes.
Amy almost choked on her food at his blunt question. Her heart jumped into her throat, and she felt her face heat up with a deep blush. "What do you mean?" she asked, trying to play coy, but her voice came out more nervous than she intended.
Oh, I'm getting teamed on? Never mind. Get them. Nah, it's the boys. They just sit there and watch me.
But on the surface of
Amy could see the look on his face, the uncertainty in his eyes, and her heart ached for him. She couldn't hide her feelings any longer, not when he was looking at her like that. Yes, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. I like you, Arthur. I like you a lot.
Actually, there's no point in asking me for it. They're gonna get me killed. Every time I play, how play me and I get him the 1-2 combo. And he used to then Howard threw the ball at me.
But what kind of life?
Anyways. Listen. Howard comes in to snatch you.
I was thinking of a very interesting guy. Tofu was running because he was slow. After I hit him with the what's it? No, I hit him with the
Stop
fork.
change. So
And I said, bro, flying. And me and Bear just going at it. Bear's got this much HP. I was about to hit him with freezing variants. Tell me why the little ball flame come out of nowhere, send me flying.
and you just turn your weapon to see our
Yeah. So he's just sitting there. I had to fucking out that.
Amy felt her heart skip a beat at his question. She knew what he was asking, and she wasn't sure if she should be honest or not. But seeing his flushed cheeks and the way he was looking at her with a mix of hope and uncertainty, she couldn't bring herself to lie to him. It's more than just liking you as a friend, she admitted, her voice getting quieter with each word.
Come here. Bro, there's no way. I hate the bad guy on this game, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, he's not here.
okay.
Now let's get a little closer.
Come on here.
No, I don't.
But I said, I really don't look like anything on this island. No. Anyways, go into the portal.
Amy's heart was pounding in her chest as he scooted closer. She looked at him, her eyes widening with surprise and a hint of joy. She couldn't believe that he felt the same way about her. You do? She asked, her voice trembling with anticipation and hope.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Who is using light? Oh, he is right.
Wait, don't go.
Arthur paused as his tail started to come on her wrist.
It's okay, it's getting pretty easy. Watch me just to step that game up.
No, that's really looking chat.
Let's see again.
Amy's heart skipped another beat as his tail curled around her wrist. It was such a gentle, intimate gesture that it sent a shiver down her spine. She found herself leaning closer to him, their faces now only a few inches apart. "I've been trying to hide my feelings for so long," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion.
Bro, he's being toxic. Where's he at? I used to be that way. Wait.
No,
Okay, let's see.
I'm scared. Close the doorway. There's no way to do this. Wait, it's like, is you not there? 1, 2, 4, 3.
No, that's about to be ring because that's what it is.
I'm alive. I'm listening. What is it?
He's in Doe saying goodnight. He's half health. Yes.
What is it?
But why move back?
What do you know?
Rather than close together, my last in a moment will look like okay.
Come here.
Amy froze in surprise as Arthur leaned in and kissed her. It was a brief, chaste kiss, but it sent a wave of warmth through her entire body. She didn't even have time to respond before he broke away, leaving her stunned and breathless. She looked at him with wide eyes, her heart racing and her mind spinning. She had been secretly hoping for a moment like this, but now that it had actually happened,
This was one of his whole
Big mouth.
I know, that was his whole combo. He ran, like when you moved out the way, he came and he tried to kill me. When you
So
started,
sad. Wait, that him? Oh, I took it. Melee. Why'd you put it on melee? Melee's okay.
wait, hold up.
Next, but like melee. Defense.
You can't have nothing.
seeing his embarrassed and flushed expression, Amy let out a soft laugh. She couldn't believe that the confident and flirty Kitty was now hiding behind his wings like a bashful schoolboy. "Come on now," she teased, a soft smile on her face. "Don't hide from me now."
No, not yet. Well, first semester, I need this pick. Usually.
She reached out and gently pulled his wing down, revealing his blushing face. Seeing him like this only made her heart flutter even more, and she scooted a little closer to him. "You don't have to be embarrassed, you know," she said in a softer tone. I liked it. I liked it a lot."
What's your home set to? Should be there. Nice. Okay, cool. Nice. We can do it for the also,
Trade me. Hey, you want to re-up for a trade? You want to trade me something for a re-up?
one
for you.
Okay,
You can do that some. But I'm not gonna eat them. Wait.
let's go. Oh. Bouncy.
Oh, he's there?
It's kitchen.
In the morning, I don't eat. The kitchen right on.
Whoa.
I don't want to fight this guy.
You
He's weak.
Come on, look.
Okay.
Amy's heart melted at the sight of his glimmering blue eyes. She couldn't resist his adorable and flustered expression any longer. "Of course I did," she said, her voice quiet but full of conviction. She reached out and placed a hand on his cheek, gently stroking the soft fur with her thumb. "I've been wanting you to do that for a long time now."
Well, come here, just leave it alone.
Oh, he's still trying to find out. I think he wants it. You want it.
Amy felt a ripple of pleasure run through her as he leaned into her hand, purring loudly. She stroked his cheek gently, enjoying the feeling of his soft fur under her fingers. "That's it," she whispered, her voice full of affection. "That's it, kitten."
I mean, I know most of you are going to probably be asking, isn't she with Sonic? Isn't she with Sonic? Sonic won't be mad at this. Ooh, what you
No, Tyrion.
You forget, this is going to be my gay story. Amy doesn't speak to Sonic, and so she's going to find a new person. Let's see. Then Chuck.
Amy couldn't help but laugh at his response, a wide grin spreading across her face. "Oh, I know you are," she said with a hint of teasing in her voice. "You're mine, and mine alone, kitten." She pulled him closer, her arms wrapping around his neck and her body pressed against his.
This is gonna be fun. Turn few dates. After a few dates.
"Oh, Over the next few weeks, Amy and Arthur had been going on several dates, each one a chance to get to know each other even better. They would go out for picnics, take long walks in the park, and even explore the city together. Amy's initial crush on the kitty has turned into something deeper, something more intense. She found herself thinking about him all the time, and every moment spent with him only made her fall for him more.
Okay, let's just say yes. Let's keep her secure and warm.
Amy snuggled closer under Arthur's umbrella in the shelter of his wings. She was touched by his protective nature, and the feeling of being wrapped in his warm embrace made her heart flutter. "You really do act like a knight in shining armor sometimes, you know?" she teased, looking up at him with a smile.
No, I mean 10 for that stupid stuff you said. I keep forgetting that Castle on Sea isn't for town. We're gonna hunt the got some grand bones.
I think I can do stuff.
Chicken bones. What was you? Sand. Yeah. Fair enough. Go ahead, bus. No, that's just fine. Alright, come in here. This way people can do it. Where the good bones. Except for yeah, but you get good bones. I know they get good bones guaranteed. Come here, Will.
Amy blushed at his words, feeling a mix of warmth and a little embarrassed at the sweet nickname he had just called her. She leaned into his side, feeling safe and protected under the umbrella in his
Is
wings.
this your ring?
"You don't have to return the favor, you know," she said softly. "I didn't do any of that to earn your favor. I did it because I care for you."
You go wait. I'll help you do it.
How much do I need for something?
What? You have, how much extra present do you have? I have extra present. Okay, you can get soda time.
How much?
Let it play.
The rain continued to pour around them, creating a soothing white noise that added to the intimacy of the moment. Amy found herself getting lost in her thoughts, thinking about how lucky she was to have Arthur in her life. "You know," she said after a moment of comfortable silence, "sometimes I can't believe we're actually together now. It all feels like a dream."
Yeah, too much faster. Oh yeah, you could You get that
Are there
side.
not?
There's an NPC over
Take
there.
the big one.
Okay. Whether
She's not here.
yeah,
Why don't you do anything up here?
yeah. Sometimes that's feel.
It's a hacker. It's a bounty.
Amy smiled slightly, glad that he felt the same way. But at the same time, a small thread of insecurity tugged at her heart.
You can get on it.
It just feels too good to be true sometimes, you know? Like, I'm worried that someday you'll wake up and realize that you don't like me as much as you thought you did, and you'll leave me. She tried to keep her voice light, but there was a hint of vulnerability in her words.
I'm gonna look.
And I'm just... He stays there for Bro, that robot's entire exploit is so fake, bro.
Choose text.
No, I can't do it.
You just keep on.
Oh,
Not the experience.
no. You can't type.
The experience. It's the experience. So you go first.
Can't you add like a thing right here? Can't you add something?
Just scroll down. Choose text. Choose text.
I know.
That's your 2D. What's in
I don't know. It's the guy with random letters.
and
I still hear Roblox.
it's not gonna do anything.
No, me, when I said that, when I said me, you did it almost instant. See how it no?
I'm too cool.
The hacker stores food.
Don't think that way, Amy. You're the only girl I liked.
What are these things?
You came to my aid when I was injured months ago. So why would I leave a gent like you?
Despite her insecurity, Amy couldn't help but melt at his words, and the gentle touch of his hand against her cheek. Looking into his eyes, she saw the sincerity and affection in his gaze, and it eased her worries. She placed her hand over his on her cheek, sighing softly. I guess you're right, she said with a small smile. I just can't help but worry sometimes. You're so handsome and charming. You could have any girl you want.
Yes, Roblox is so bad.
I don't know the other channels.
But I chose you.
What is it?
Finish yourself. Do you know how to take screenshots? Because you can just take a screenshot, just like that, and it goes off and you can join a server. Like almost instantly. Okay. He's gonna eat. He's gonna make a video shutting the actor down.
Oh, yeah. What? How do you screenshot?
Yeah, screen record is better one. I'm gonna record a video with it now.
Oh, but no.
Let's
Wait, no.
And then wherever you want, you just stop and save it. You're also gonna show me this video.
But I chose you because you're the most, because you're the beautiful and strong
Finish the
woman
video.
I respect.
Now we're gonna just work.
But I
We're
chose
just
you
work because we have.
because you're the most, because you're the most beautiful and strong woman I respect. And I had hope to have a girl like you in my life.
Amy blushed at his words, feeling a little embarrassed at the praise. But at the same time, her heart swelled with affection for him. You really know how to sweet talk, don't you? She teased, a small smile playing at the corners of her lips. But, thank you. You're everything I ever wanted in a boyfriend.
I'm a pig. Oops.
He can't see it.
Yeah, you think I'm a girlfriend.
Amy's heart skipped a beat at his words, and a warm, fuzzy feeling spread through her chest. She could feel her face growing redder by the second, but she didn't care. You're gonna make me blush just as much as you do, she said, trying to sound playful, but her voice was shaky with emotion. She leaned into his touch, feeling overwhelmed with happiness.
Let me see. You guys attacking me, bro. Are you in season? He killed you.
Where is he?
No, he is a kiss guy.
Amy melted into the kiss, letting go of her previous insecurities and doubts. The feeling of his lips on hers, the warmth and softness was enough to make her forget about the rain and their damp surroundings. She wrapped her arms around his neck, pulling him closer, not wanting the kiss to end. She poured all of her emotions and feelings for him into that kiss, silently expressing everything she didn't know how to put into words.
What's his name? Send me a link to his profile.
Let's search it up. 660.
Let's see the other one. For this one. Complete proof part.
Kiss continued. Other her and not letting go as the kiss continued.
Do I have Discord on my? Do I have to add on Discord?
Amy felt the vibration of his purr against her lips, and it sent a shiver down her spine. She ran her fingers through the soft fur on the back of his neck, enjoying the sensation and the closeness she felt with him. The rain continued to pour around them, but they didn't notice or care. In that moment, all that mattered was being together, kissing and holding each other, completely lost in their own little world.
I'm gonna let it play. Now, yeah, I'm gonna let it play out.
Finally, they had to break for air, reluctantly pulling apart from the kiss but remaining in each other's arms. Amy looked up at Arthur, her chest heaving slightly as she tried to catch her breath. Her heart was pounding in her chest, and her head was spinning with a happy, dizzy feeling. That was... She tried to speak, but she couldn't seem to find the right words to describe how she felt in that moment.
There you go. Speaking of this,
Finger on her lips. You don't have to explain. I like it too. It was amazing, my little nose.
Amy smiled as he pressed his finger to her lips and called her his little rose. She felt a warm, fuzzy feeling spread through her chest at the sweet nickname. She leaned her head against his chest, listening to the steady beat of his heart and letting out a soft sigh. The rain continued to fall around them, but they were oblivious to it, wrapped up in each other's arms. After a moment, she looked up at him, a mischievous gleam in her eyes. You know, we're all alone out here.
See. Nope. Have you seen anyone? I feel like. Oof. I can look down. Look, can hardly see anyone. Yeah, we are. By his games.
Amy bit her lip, a slight blush creeping up her cheeks. She looked up at him innocently, trying and failing to feign nonchalance. Oh, no reason, she said, her voice light and casual. She shifted in his arms, moving a little closer, letting her body press against his. I just thought, since we're alone and all...
Should I make this PG-13, guys? Nope. Let's just keep it casual.
What do you say?
Where's that?
Arthur took her hand and she a bit of kisses on her neck and purred.
Amy's eyes fluttered shut as she felt his lips against her neck, his kisses and the vibration of his purring sending shivers down her spine. She let out a soft gasp, tilting her head to give him better access to her sensitive skin. Her fingers tightened their grip on his shoulders, her body involuntarily arching towards him.
I'm gonna just say time skip. I'm gonna go time skip for this one. Once later that night. That means 2 weeks.
Amy flopped onto her bed, feeling tired yet content. The rain outside had stopped, creating a peaceful ambiance, and she wrapped herself in her blankets, thinking about her time with Arthur. A small smile played on her lips as she remembered the feel of his lips, the sound of his purr, the look in his eyes. She snuggled deeper under the covers, her mind swirling with thoughts and emotions. She knew that things between them were only getting more and more serious, and the thought excited her, but also scared her a little.
Well, play.
Closing her eyes, Amy tried to drift off to sleep, but her mind was still racing with thoughts of Arthur. She tossed and turned as she wrestled with her tangled emotions. Eventually, she gave up on sleep entirely and sat up, the blankets pulled around her waist. Just then her phone buzzed with a text notification. She reached over and picked it up, hoping it was from a certain kitty.
Stupid range brat.
She felt a flutter of excitement as she saw Arthur's name on the screen, and her heart quickened. She opened the message with a trembling finger, curious as to what he could possibly be sending her this late at night.
Gotta let it play.
Cheating brat.
To her surprise, the message was just an image. Curious, Amy tapped on the image to open it, and her breath caught in her throat as she saw what it was.
Oh. Oh my. Oh my. I'm just gonna let it play. I'm gonna let it play.
The image was of Arthur lying in bed. He was shirtless, the sheets wrapped around his waist, his head propped up by one hand. The picture was intimate yet tasteful, and he was looking at the camera with a small, suggestive smile on his lips. He had clearly taken the photo himself.
Oh. this is just. Oh, this is good. Ladies and gentlemen, she got the bad.
Just do this.
Oh, that is dang. As a bait. The teeth date.
Amy couldn't help but feel a mixture of anticipation and nervousness as she prepared for her 13th date with Arthur. She wanted everything to be perfect, to make sure that he knew just how much she cared for him. As she put on her clothes and did her makeup, her mind kept wandering to the image he had sent her the night before.
Arthur waited at her door. Removing some.
Why is there a thing called crash?
Amy took one last look at herself in the mirror, smoothing down her dress and taking a deep breath, before she heard the doorbell ring. Excitement and happiness surged through her, and she quickly made her way to the door. When she opened it and saw Arthur standing there, flowers in his hand and a small box hiding behind his back, her heart skipped a beat. He looked handsome in his usual attire, and her smile widened.
Ready to go? Ready to go, Amy?
That's too much. This is what just me.
Ready to go?
Amy nodded, her smile still lighting up her face. More than ready, she said, stepping out and closing the door behind her. You look great, Arthur. You always do?
Oh, yeah.
I swear, this doesn't happen. No, look. It's free. It's not.
showdown.
Sorry, I'm out.
You know, you know that one token I showed you has Gojo token? They made it. Let's try a couple combo. If blood flashes. Oh,
Amy blushed at his compliment, feeling a tingle go down her spine at the sound of him calling her my love. She gave his hand a gentle squeeze, not wanting to let go. So where are we going today? You've been keeping it a secret.
Oh, I got a plan.
wait. There's a author of instruction for set. Oh, that's pretty good though. Isn't crazy using I just feel like
Around him. Should has one.
it's quite a thing you feel like you want to do. What you wearing? Is it Griffin?
Amy's eyes widened as she saw the gateway to Arthur's world, the bright blue light from the fire mesmerizing her. She didn't speak for a moment, taking in the sight before her, her imagination running wild with curiosity and excitement. Is that your world? She asked after a moment, her voice low with awe.
Arthur.
Oh, this is actually not cool.
Except the real.
Ooh, cutscenes. That's a pretty good domain, yes. He looks like he has so much change.
Amy walked with him through the gateway, her mind whirling as she tried to take everything in. The sights and sounds of Arthur's world were new and strange to her, and she squeezed his hand tighter as they walked. "What spot? What are you going to ask?" she asked, a hint of puzzled curiosity in her voice.
Yeah, that's good.
Oops. Right there.
You're looking for I love that song. Couple things. Don't deal with that. Let's read that. Nobody got Sonic 5 Mario. Did you show good? Did you show good?
Sonic is never forward.
Come on, bro.
Amy's eyes widened and her breath caught in her throat as Arthur got down on one knee, the box held out in his hands like a precious treasure. She stared at it, unable to look away. She knew what was happening, and her heart was going haywire in her chest, pounding so loudly she was sure he could hear it.
These are the only games we can play. This and this.
Wait, I was about to say, Dragon Ball Fighter Master. Let's get some work done. What work we gonna do? Let's get it done.
Go for business. Oh, what you want to do? You got
You
you.
get forward.
Yeah.
Good. I got you.
Yeah, I think you want. So I just was
Aggression.
big dude. I thought it was gonna be like you keep the aggression, but it
New player. New player.
don't tell me.
It's a power couple.
You go. It's just like it's because she doesn't have how powerful these trees can be. I know you. Yes.
Okay. I know. All right. Hold on. I think I know.
You might have that on you. You're not fit. You gotta be rocking next week. Tell him to play this.
Hold on. We got a little like, come on. Pick up. Let's get it. We gotta get
Don't have to wear the same thing. I'm gonna go because Goku's the same.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You got it. I know.
Wait, hold on. Before that, now I gotta go back. I gotta take my William gift. I'm accessing stuff.
Ooh, I have a granola steam. It's
How should you what should we do? I do the headband, you get the granola. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amy had to bite her lip to keep herself from bursting into tears. She couldn't believe this was happening, that this wonderful, caring, amazing boy was asking her to marry him. The word yes was on the tip of her tongue, but she held herself back, wanting to savor this perfect moment. When she found her voice, it was shaky with emotion. Yes, Arthur. Yes, I will marry you.
Here we go. We got a new ship.
Oh yeah, they changed a lot. Anyways, this one we're gonna. Whoa! What's that cool mile?
As soon as she spoke the words, Arthur's face lit up, and he jumped to his feet and pulled her into his arms in a tight embrace. Amy buried her face into his chest, letting her tears fall freely as she hugged him back just as tightly. Her heart was overflowing with joy and love, and she couldn't remember ever feeling so happy and overwhelmed.
Now, we got a new ship, ladies and gentlemen. We got a new ship. Let's say.
Did you see that Ford Island? Anyways. Wait, did you ask again?
I said, how would you do it? universe.
Just go to join a group. They give you a title. Like, there's like, they have different universes. So you gotta join the group to get them. I did my Vegeta, but they restarted it. They
I
restarted
see
it.
the Namek. Namek shop.
No freezes here.
The months between the proposal and the wedding seemed to fly by in a whirlwind of activity and excitement. Amy and Arthur spent every free moment they had making plans, deciding on the venue, the food, the guest list, and countless other little details. Amy had never felt more happy and in love in her whole life. The thought of spending the rest of her days with Arthur filled her with a joy that was almost indescribable.
I think
Take you to Namek. Take you to
Stop. Go to the shop.
where the kept his brand close.
Nothing. I wanna go to Namek.
What?
Let's check your stats. Wait, did you say that? I thought it was
I did this.
Check
Check
your stats.
that pants.
I'm close to Super Saiyan 2.
I'm about to tell you. I love that I'm built different. It doesn't say that anymore. I have 65 blocks.
I'm 70.
Throughout the planning process, Arthur was an endless source of support and reassurance for Amy. He listened to her ideas and suggestions, and he offered his own whenever he could. He never complained about the endless to-do lists, and he never seemed bothered by the constant discussions about tablecloths, catering options, and flower arrangements. Amy felt his unwavering presence by her side, and it made her love him even more. Knowing that he was in this with her, that they were a team, was comforting and exhilarating all at once.
What are you doing?
Dragon Streets.
Take a dragon.
The wedding daddy.
I eat 30 cans. I don't have too much.
We're gonna go. I just never push. Leave and fight.
You just don't think. I'm just gonna get jumped. Exactly. He just got jumped.
Also, like, he's very strong.
We ain't gonna get
He's so
jumped. I should take it.
The day of the wedding finally arrived, and Amy was a bundle of nerves, excitement, and emotion. She spent the morning getting ready with her bridesmaids, giggling and laughing as they helped her into her wedding dress and did her hair and makeup. The dress was beautiful, a classic white, elegant and simple, just the way she had always imagined it. When it was time to walk down the aisle, Amy took a deep breath, her heart thumping wildly in her chest. This was it, the moment she had been waiting for.
What?
He said he came and fight safe.
Okay, we're jumping.
You're not gonna be fighting people.
Please, you don't care about it. Don't be compared.
There's no food. I'm gonna try to do anything.
Doing well. We are the dragon ball.
Okay, so how much do I have?
I have like 15.
I only have 3? Now, be for real. How do you even get this?
Where are you?
Oh, no, they should go. Oh,
Hey, look at that doing YouTube channel.
this is cool.
Oh, that's a god. Where'd you go?
Oh, look around for stuff.
Ooh, bluestones.
Why do you want to put this fit?
Bluestones right out the door. Oh, that's really good. You want to told you so.
Yes.
Super.
Yeah, how do you even keep dragons?
I don't
Actually,
Oh my gosh. Hey.
we're gonna complete some quests. Finding salmon alive.
I'm not fine.
Who are you gonna put? Garbon. What if I Garbon?
I see.
Ooh, push that.
Wait, what? You got what? You see?
Look what gemstones you get.
There was acting over. His wife said he's not that nervous. His new wife
14.
has been nervous. His new wife as he saw her in the dress. He blushed, cried a soft but happy way. He was getting to be married to the one he cared for.
Zero. You gotta put him. It's candy, bro. I'm standing. Oh, damn. We have to put all of it.
As Amy began walking down the aisle, Arthur's eyes were fixed on her with a mixture of love and awe. To him, she was absolutely radiant, more beautiful than he had ever seen her before. Her wedding dress was perfect, accentuating her curves and making her look like an angel. The smile on her face was so wide that it almost seemed to light up the whole room, and Arthur's heart skipped a beat at the sight of her happiness.
Yes, he does. Let it play. Yep.
He forgot about everyone else in the room, his focus entirely on her as she made her way towards him, walking slowly, her arm looped through her father's, who was walking her down the aisle. He wanted nothing more than to run to her and scoop her up in his arms, but he restrained himself, waiting patiently until she reached him at the front of the church.
Let it play.
How was the weekend? Seems like they're asking for your son. I didn't expect that. Oh,
You low-key wiping forward.
pizza. Like, I thought
When she finally stood before him, looking up at him with those beautiful emerald eyes, Arthur reached out and took her hands in his, the touch sending a jolt of electricity through him. The priest began the ceremony, but for a moment, everything faded away except for Amy. He could only look at her, hardly able to believe that she was finally here, standing beside him as his bride-to-be.
Let's let it play.
okay. Alright, hey, you got that. 22 more power level? I might put some space. Oh, if you fight together, you get more.
Throughout the ceremony, Amy couldn't take her eyes off Arthur. She was aware of the officiant's words, of the witnesses present, of the photographer taking pictures, but all she could focus on was the man standing in front of her, the man who was soon to be her husband. She squeezed his hands a little tighter, a silent message of love and reassurance.
Let's see.
Okay. Is that gonna trap me? Because you can choose the color. I like choose purple.
Let's see. That's the green.
It's red.
And
Alright.
again. Again.
It's like this. They also give me a chance to repeat the points. Alright.
Now that he has been to the stone. Ken.
So
Yeah.
I forgot everything.
But yeah, I will help them. Let me see what's
Go
this.
sit down.
I gotta go all out.
Georgia shouldn't
Mm.
be
Wait.
Oh. You have to do it 2 times. You have to do it once. I have to do it twice.
not for
If not,
Tell me now, buddy.
Bring it.
Just come in here.
This is not right.
Take it, it's good.
Just
Get off me.
It's just piss.
Just feed it to me. Okay, I just read it for a little bit even later. It's good that if you take damage, you can push the combo by charging. Waking up, yo.
Just get the cannons ready. How can you
I'm just one.
I don't know what. I don't understand. Can you hold all of it?
I think there's a bug. Let's just try and twist back from it. Well, that gives us time to get trying to get done. I need my key back. Let's get out of here. Hello, phone me. Oh, certainly. Wait, you get my phone. You got my phone.
I can't.
It's a social media? Oh, what the? Go, let's go through. I'm not fine, go through. Wait, this guy's gonna help me though. So I am gonna fight Goku.
Is it getting Goku?
Yes.
I thought you would just go because that's it.
Okay, I see. Oh, I see a giant metal core. Goku coins. Yeah, you want to
Can
go
play the same.
Oh, so you might get that first. But then, how many dragons are there?
5.
Pretty good. Look at everything right now. I need that. It's a great boss. Ah, there he is. Oh, there's a bunch of
4 minutes to everybody else.
I mean, I guess you can also kill him.
Oh no, that's Goku. There's a big giant Frieza.
Wait, that's not Frieza. Yeah, this is Homo. Who is that? Is that an admin on a server? If you have admin on a server, dang it! Look how big he is. Everybody's fighting terrified. A big didn't work. I think it's a big. I think it's the big boots. Yeah. You can't even find. You can't even see Frieza. I'm gonna do that answer transformation on him. I'm tired of this week. An answer transformation.
I'm sorry. Maybe I can.
I can't do an answer transformation. Okay. For all this, there's only one thing that I can see.
Never mind. Like actually, I don't know what to do.
This server's like, oh crap. Yeah, you know, you could just. You could have just done this, right?
I can do
Oh, this stuff.
She's saying
Oh,
that's the same words.
yes. We go to the other. Oh, wait, go to the other. Well, all you gotta do is. Yes. You gotta go overload. This is a Dragon Ball. Why can't you just do it differently? No. You see, you know how far that playground is? You won't tell me.
No.
You won't tell me. You should have done it. How you gonna want to?
I'm saying that like you broke. You should have done like you
Like, how you put me down here?
This man talking like he's
Anyway,
Jesus. But he
you're not strong enough for it. To go to the car road. No, the car. I'm gonna go to the car road. 20 keys. No, I'm gonna go get.
How you gonna send me here?
Did you get your here? I'm gonna go get.
Wait, is Beast in this game? Yeah.
I gotta fight with you, though.
Oh, this man's talking like he's about to
I'm not fighting them.
I was about to say, what he's talking like he don't.
Maybe I think you're too strong for me.
And you can somehow still do the quest.
I think okay. Gotta make sure I know where to go. Because I know Okay, oh dang it. I need help. Oh, I need things. Substory. Overcast substory.
Say the correct word.
Faster back. I'm trying to get substory. Older. Oh, I have to go restart the car, don't I? How do I restart the car?
Go.
Don't tell me I have to do the brake bus to get the guy. Maybe if I fight these guys. I'll get strong first. When I'm going to get strong, I'm going to fight with Peter. Well, help me fight with Peter. I got you, Pokemon. whenever you can. I'll get you to me so we do that. Do that. I'll get you. I think it would be stronger if I.
Goku.
It seems like Goku. Maybe it's Goku. Maybe I
He's
can.
not in strong case.
Arthur didn't need any further prompting.
He just don't.
The moment the priest gave him permission, he wrapped his arms around Amy and pulled her towards him, crashing his lips against hers in a deep, passionate kiss. She let out a soft gasp, caught off guard by the fervency of his kiss, but then she melted into it, returning the kiss with just as much fervor.
I don't know.
I wanted to say that, but I'm gonna play.
What happened? There we go.
I didn't read this, but
Just
There
keep
we
them
go.
in.
Amy's heart leapt at the sound of his voice, at the depth of love and devotion in his words. She found herself wishing that the ceremony could go on forever, that she could spend the rest of eternity standing here with him at the altar, professing their love for each other. But reality tugged at the edges of her mind, and she knew that the ceremony would soon reach its conclusion. Still, she held on to the moment as tightly as possible, committing it to memory.
okay, now we leave the room.
The room around them faded away, and for a few moments it was just the two of them, wrapped up in each other, lost in a world of their own. Amy's arms looped around Arthur's neck, her fingers tangling in his hair, trying to hold him closer, to make the moment last even longer.
He has no hope, but he has everything to keep getting. I feel the two everything.
Months before the months later.
Check your. You have 20,000 shares. What you do 20,000, then I'll take you here.
Whoa, my total strength dropped.
Oh, let's go back. No,
Months later,
hurry.
after the wedding.
And charge, but I say, and if you charge up, you
I
get
have
some.
actually been charging.
It does sometimes, depending how
You
much.
have to be loud.
And have key drainage.
Life as newlyweds for Amy and Arthur was a beautiful, chaotic whirlwind of happiness and love. They made a home together, combining their belongings and creating a space that felt like theirs, just the two of them. It was a bit of a challenge at times, with Arthur's natural nocturnal habits sometimes clashing with Amy's more diurnal ones, but they learned to compromise and adapt, finding their own unique rhythm in their new life together.
Oh, because I saw what you're doing.
Oh, that's it?
Because I went
You got, well, that's it, my folks. That's your ship. We got something. But let's just have one last talk before we end this show.
You can train them.
Liz, let me turn.
They have to be fodder. Imagine if
They went on dates, exploring their city and discovering new favorite spots. They cooked meals together, with Arthur teaching Amy his own culinary skills while she laughed and playfully tossed flour at him. They held hands whenever they walked together, and never went too long without kissing or embracing each other.
Okay, so if you did that, I'm looking at me.
Get away. I don't want you training. Why don't you train?
What I think?
See,
35. 30,000.
oops.
You telling me he's stronger than the Vegeta? He's no way. I mean, he could be a good driving skill. Good driving skill.
Go Cheetah. Go Cheetah. You scared of?
That's when I got hit by.
No.
Wait, why are you posing? Wait, is he doing that? I think he's so much.
I understand like it.
How will get to be and start standing like that?
I swear it was just me.
Wait, you thought he was in the other one?
gotta continue this story somewhere.
Amy came up behind Arthur, wrapping her arms around his waist and resting her head against his back. She could sense that he was thinking about something, and she was curious to know what was on his mind. "What are you thinking about, love?" she asked, her voice soft and gentle.
I can do it.
Where's the hockey game? What do you mean? Oh, where's the hockey game? No, actually, just something. Tell me and I'll give you something. Oh, you're crazy, dude.
Got enough things.
Where did that go?
Anyways,
Hey, flash frames in the backpack.
nobody cares. Actually, I really.
I'm going back in. I'm sorry. I can't
Amy's eyes widened and her heart skipped a beat at Arthur's words. She hadn't expected him to bring up the subject of having a baby so soon, but the thought filled her with a warm, happy excitement. "A baby?" she repeated, her voice shaky with emotion. "You want to have a baby with me?"
Where's all the two?
Don't hurt me, Amy. Don't you?
Yeah, it's going.
Amy's heart was racing as she thought about the idea of having a baby with Arthur. It was a big step, a huge step, and yet, she couldn't deny that it also felt right. "Yes," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. I think we are ready. I'd like that very much."
We can't go into much detail, so we're just gonna say. Let's say 20.
Look at this.
To the results.
The days leading up to the pregnancy test results were filled with anticipation and excitement. Amy and Arthur tried to keep themselves busy, throwing themselves into work and household tasks, but their minds kept wandering back to the thought of starting a family. They talked about names, about nurseries, about clothes and toys and all the little things that a baby would need, their hope and excitement barely contained.
Better play.
The night before the day of the test, Amy and Arthur lay in bed together, talking quietly in the dark. They were both too nervous to sleep, the wait for the results feeling like an eternity.
Take a play.
Look.
Is there missions?
Cooler, man. Cooler than all two different equals.
Arthur held Amy in his arms, rubbing soothing circles on her back. He could feel the tension in her body, the way she fidgeted and shifted restlessly under the covers.
It'll be okay, my love.
Arthur held Amy in his arms, rubbing soothing circles on her back. He could feel the tension in her body, the way she fidgeted and shifted restlessly under the covers. It'll be okay, my love, he whispered in her ear. No matter what the results are, we'll be okay.
It'll be okay, my love. No matter what the results are,
I think
it'll be okay. Okay.
She gives you me.
Amy took a deep breath, trying to relax. She knew he was right, that they would be okay no matter what. But that didn't stop her from wanting, hoping, aching for the test to be positive. She snuggled closer to Arthur, drawing comfort from his warmth and presence.
Moments later. Moments later. Oops. Later. Moments later.
Finally, the day of the pregnancy test results arrived. Amy and Arthur waited anxiously at home, their hands clasped together, the atmosphere in the room thick with nervous anticipation.
So,
1990.
I just
That's a good episode. Now I gotta be good either. Get it. That's just someone. That is okay. These are ones.
Amy stared down at the pregnancy test in her hands, her heart beating so loudly she could hear it in her ears. The lines on the test seemed to jump out at her, and she swallowed hard before speaking. It's positive, she said, her voice shaky with emotion.
give me 15K.
Brother's ears.
Oh, you got mine again to kill.
So we're
I don't know. This stuff is the brown line. I'm paying attention to her. What you doing? I get Google Scenes for this one. Why don't you just leave it 12 minutes?
Amy nodded, a joyful tear slipping down her cheek. Yes, she whispered, her voice filled with awe and happiness. We're having a baby, Arthur. We're going to be parents.
I don't like that. Like that type of expression, but okay.
Why are you shorter than that? Why are you shorter than that? God. why is it amazing? What's he missing?
Fine, babe.
What's he missing? You're in your bed.
Amy laughed and watched Arthur fly circles around her, his sheer happiness and joy contagious. She couldn't believe it, they were going to be parents. It was a dream come true. And her heart was filled with so much love and joy that she felt like she might burst.
Well, let's just end it here, and hopefully, who else will be next? Would it be Rouge? Would it be another girl? All I know is Dimensionals. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good story.